Tonight on a high-profile murder trial here in Buffalo, some key witnesses testifying in the case against Jeffrey Basil. Today, jurors hearing from the bartender, customers, and the police officer who were all at Molly's Pub the night William Sager was pushed down a flight of stairs. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Dranch just back from State Supreme Court tonight.
And Joanna, for the first time we saw the video of Bill Sager falling down the stairs inside Molly's Pub. The camera only captured the fall, but in a split second you see Sager falling out, away from the stairs with his arms out like this, and then slam his head on the ground. What's more, witnesses said Basil, the man who pushed Sager, continued to drink right after. Blake Lamagna was working as a bartender the night Jeff Basil pushed Bill Sager down the stairs inside Molly's Pub. She said Basil, who was her boss, told her, quote, "I just killed a kid," while she and Basil were walking to the Steer, another Main Street bar, right after Sager was pushed. When asked to describe Basil's demeanor, Lamagna said, quote, "He was very anxious and nerve-wracked." Prosecutor Christopher Belling worked to show the jury that Basil tried to avoid the police outside Molly's Pub when he rushed Lamagna out a side door and down the block.
His purpose is to disperse any crowd that's going to see what he has done. Doesn't want anybody to see it.
At the Steer, Lamagna testified Basil had a double shot of Crown Royal whiskey.
He says, something happened. A kid went down the stairs, and I'm effed.
The bartender testified she was 19 years old when she was hired to work at Molly's last March. She said she didn't see Basil push Sager that night, and that while she and Basil were walking to the other bar, there was never any discussion that he intended to hurt or kill Bill Sager. To that extent, Lamagna testified Jeff Basil is a heavy drinker, and that, quote, "It is not unusual for him to be drunk, especially while he's working at the bar." After Bill Sager was taken to the hospital and the cops cleared the bar, Lamagna said Basil was so drunk, quote, "the worst she's ever seen him," as the defense tries to prove intoxication, not intent. Within the last hour, we also heard testimony from Officer Adam O'Shea, who was an off-duty Buffalo police officer working security at the bar. He was one of the people who moved Sager after hitting his head to avoid, quote, "another attack from Jeff Basil and to get him away from the crowd." Sager fell feet away from 2 customers, and you'll hear their testimony coming up tonight on 7 Eyewitness News at 6. Reporting live tonight, Ed Dranch, 7 Eyewitness News.